Hey guys, it's Mehel here, and today I'm going to be helping you write your personal statement because 1 year ago, yes, 1 year ago, I was in this position and I was thinking 4,000 characters or 47 lines, that's a lot. And believe me, once you start actually getting to know what you're writing and you start writing it, then 4,000 characters seems like nothing, but when you begin and you have no idea what you want to write, you're like, oh my god, because genuinely it was a daunting process, but it's a process that we actually managed to get through. And that is why I'm going to be giving you my advice on how you can write your personal statement for a top UK university. And even if you don't want to go to a top UK university, guess what? This applies to all universities. Let's get right into it. As I said just now, 4,000 characters or 47 lines is a lot. So before you even begin, you need to plan out roughly how you're going to structure your personal statement and what you're going to write. Because it's not just one continuous thing where you just keep writing and writing and writing and waffle and write anything that comes to your mind. You actually need to think about how you're going to structure your personal statement and what you're going to write paragraph by paragraph. You need to be clear and concise, but also keep it flowing, so it needs to be natural. You can't literally, for example, talk about how you did A-level business in one paragraph, then talk about how you did a Duke of Edinburgh in the next paragraph, but then go back to A-level business and realize that, oh, because then it seems like to the people who are looking at your personal statement, like, this person, they really didn't think it through. Because, like I said, everything needs to flow really nicely. It doesn't have to be chronological in a sense that in terms of timing of everything, but as long as it's chronological in the way it's written, if you understand what I mean, everything should be fine. And you got to maintain relevancy. So for example, people will tell you, oh, Duke of Edinburgh or NCS or things like that will boost your personal statement when it comes to applying for university, and you decide to do it because at the time you're like, oh, okay, because it's like year 9 or even year 11. But then when you actually realize when you're in year 13, oh, how does that actually link? Well, the truth is it doesn't. And if you just throw in there, oh yes, I did the Duke of Edinburgh award and I achieved the award, unis won't care. It's what you did with that award is what they will care about. What do I mean by this? So for example, if the Duke of Edinburgh award taught you to be resilient, explain how you became resilient and how that would link to university life. So for example, well, resilience means being able to overcome problems really quickly. You could say that, for example, in university, due to the amount of independent learning and how much more rigorous university learning is, you'll need to be both independent and have good teamwork rather, but also at the same time, when you do come across a problem, because you are independent, like say you're moving away from home, aren't you, and you're going to be on your own by most of the time, you need to show how being resilient will help you overcome these problems that you will face on a day-to-day basis. For example, university has been tough. It's been tougher than most people have said it would be. People say it's going to be easier than A-level, the first year at least. That's not true. But I have been able to overcome these problems by blah 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 blah. Like, you need to explain, not just say, okay, I did this, I gained that from it. Link it together, say what benefit it would provide, because you really want to sell yourself to university. I know it's ironic because in the end, you're selling yourself to get an offer for them to take £9,250 a year away from you. But at the same time, you want that university place. And if you want to beat the competition, your personal statement has to stand out. Obviously, grades are more important, but let's say, for example, even if you had grades and a crap personal statement, let's say someone else had the same grades and a good personal statement, well, you don't want to fall short of the mark just because of a personal statement, do you? Whilst you shouldn't lie in your personal statement, you may be able to over-exaggerate a few things. What do I mean by this? So for example, I was a form captain in either year 12 or year 13, or even both years. I don't even remember anymore. But I mentioned something along the lines that being a form captain allowed me to develop my leadership skills, because as a captain, obviously you're a leader, but also I had to take ideas from different people in my form, and therefore I developed my myself as a communal being, because if someone had a problem or if someone wanted to raise a problem within this community, which is a form, then they would come to me and it helped me become a more communal person. In reality, what does a form captain even do? Like, seriously. But that's what I mean. It's not a lie, because I was a leader and I was the communal person to go to, but it is very over exaggerated. But you understand my point. Whilst you shouldn't lie on your personal statement, because that's just bad, you can over exaggerate, because how else would they prove us wrong? Because they could be like, oh yeah, you know what, that's a bit over exaggerated, but it's still true. Over exaggeration doesn't mean false, but more times it'll mean true than false even. Whilst experience isn't necessary, an interest in your chosen field of study is. So for example, with me, I had experience because I was the general manager at an esports gaming company called Astro Authority, and it's actually registered as a limited liability company, and that was relevant to my course, which is business management. However, I also mentioned that the esports market, I think, is projected to hit 1.5 billion by 2020. Not only did I include a statistic in there, that's showing interest in itself, because I'm looking up the business market and I'm showing like how dynamic it is and whatnot, and just the fact that I actually do my research. So let's say I wasn't a general manager at Astro Authority, this business, but I included that figure somehow. Let's say I was very interested in esports and how the market is developing and how it would hit 1.5 billion by 2020. Simply just that is showing interest. Let's say you're doing geography or something like ecology. I know it's quite old now, and because I don't do those subjects, it's the only example I could think of. The BP oil spill, which was a massive scandal, you could say, you could mention that in your personal statement. But obviously something more recent, but let's say at the time you were writing a personal statement and that happened, you could mention that and link it in with your subject and just say how, one, how it's relevant, and two, why it has you interested in the subject. Because like I said, whilst experience isn't necessary, although it is a bonus, but it's not necessary, interest is definitely necessary. Because why would a university offer you a place on a subject that you don't even care about when there are other people who may want a place when they're genuinely passionate about it? Think about it. So we've mentioned skills, we've mentioned interest, and we've mentioned like the structure of your personal statement. What else should you do? You should also say why you are interested in the degree itself and how it will benefit you. For example, I mentioned something along the lines of getting a degree will help me understand dynamic markets more, and then in the future I could potentially do a master's in business administration and maybe even start my own business. And in order to do all of those things, I would need an undergrad degree in business management. Easy. Not only did I link chain of future goals together, because you should talk about your future goals, by the way. Like, even if you're not certain, like even if you don't really even have a certain future goal, and I said don't lie, but make one up, because goals, it may be your goal one day, but it may not be the next. That's not lying. It genuinely was your goal at the time, if you get what I mean. You know, I'm hinting at something here. But my point is, just mention how a degree will actually benefit you and like why you want to do it, because your personal statement is a personal statement, so you should make it personal to you. So when you are talking about yourself and why you want to do a degree, you're making it personal, I know. So it's literally a statement, it's personal, and you're explaining why you want to do this and why you want to do that and why you're interested. It's about you. I know that's cliche, but I'm really cringe, but you get the point, in fact, I'm gonna tell you, so my personal statement was, let's see, I think it was close to 4,000 characters. I'm actually gonna open it up right now, and basically, so Mahel Khan personal statement, I'm pretty sure this is the one. I did have multiple drafts. So when I open it up and I check the character count, it is 3,966 characters. So I was very close to the 4,000 character mark. And genuinely, you do want to get as close as possible without sounding like you're waffling. When I told you my personal statement, I really did not like doing it. It's because it's nearly 4,000 characters and yet all of it is really concise. Like, the amount of editing I had to do on it, like, I genuinely, after I submitted it, I never looked back on it until now, and just looking back at it makes me think, oh god, how did I do this? But then at the same time, all of these things written in my personal statement are either accomplishments of mine or interests of mine, and that's quite impressive in itself. But genuinely, if you've done nothing in your life, like you've just literally sat around, you just went to school, you achieved grades, but you've never done anything like extracurricular, show some interest, just interest. Like I said, experience isn't necessary. As long as you show interest and it's relevant, you're fine. You can do 4,000 characters or close to it. But with this personal statement that I had, it took Nottingham Trent University 1 day to give me an offer, to University of Sheffield 3 days to give me an offer, and then 5 minutes after Sheffield, the University of Nottingham, which is where I am now. It's a hoodie, it says University of Nottingham. That's what I'm wearing right now. And then after that, yeah, I did also have applications out to Leeds and Bristol, but I decided to withdraw from them because I wanted to accept my Nottingham offer, University of Nottingham days, and I put Nottingham Trent as my insurance. But hey, Nottingham Trent is uni of the year 2017, so is that top uni? No, but seriously, Bristol, Leeds, Nottingham, they're very good unis. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, but I wanted to do Oxbridge and he didn't apply for Oxbridge, and this might not be relevant. It still is, believe me, because whilst what you say may be different, the tips I'm giving in themselves are very relevant. And it's from personal experience. You're not looking at some article on the internet. It's me having gone through the process literally a year ago and explaining to you what I did and how it actually worked out. Because I am loving the University of Nottingham. We're in a study again, so you can literally see right there. It says, welcome to your new home, nottingham.ac.uk/go/residence life. And then right here, hashtag #UON horse life. But genuinely, that is it for my personal statement advice. Really, it is a very stressful process. I will tell you that right now. I don't usually get stressed, but writing one is so stressful. But once you've done it, it'll be a relief. Like, I genuinely found my personal statement more stressful than my actual exams. I'll tell you that now. But if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like, comment below and subscribe. Follow me on social media, that's @MehelX on Twitter, @MehelKhan on Instagram, and official MehelKhan on Facebook. Let me know what other videos you want to see. So I've done a choosing university guide video, and now I've done a how to write your personal statement video. It's UCAS season, so I'm going to be making more videos around this. I know I need to make some university focused videos as well, but genuinely, I don't know what it is, but ever since I've got to university, I've been making videos literally right before going out. So tonight is Battle of the Uni, so it's University of Nottingham versus Nottingham Trent night. And then last 2 videos I uploaded, well, one was before like Ing, and then the other was before like Ocean, like literally hours before. But my video schedule is a bit off, but I'm prioritizing the UCAS videos first, and then after the UCAS season is done, so I'd say a month, I'm going to make university videos because I've got 3 years for that. But just let me know what you want to see in the comments below, or even tweet me @MehelX or Instagram DM @MehelKhan. But this has been it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.